Copper, a basic active ingredient in the control of olive diseases. Among the main diseases affecting the aerial part of olives, we can find peacock spot or olive leaf spot caused by Venturi oleaginea, which main symptoms are the dark circular spots on the upper side of the leaves, Cercosporiose, caused by Pseudocercospora cladosporioides, which produces chlorosis in the upper side of the leaves and dark lead gray darkening in the underside of the leaves as a consequence of the pathogen sporulation, and anthracnose caused by Coletotrichum species, which produce fruit rot and a dieback of branches. Other diseases worthy to mention are leprosy caused by Flectema vagabunda. This disease was first described in Spain in 1986, affecting fruits, where originates a small lesion on fruits. But in recent years, our group have demonstrated that small necrotic lesions on the upper side of leaves, mainly in Arbequina cultivar, and canker on branches and twigs are produced by this pathogen, which in some conditions can cause severe defoliation and die of branches. Other disease, well known from ancient times, is olive knot caused by the bacteria Pseudomonas abastanoi, which main symptoms are the tumors produced in the branches and other affected organs. All these diseases have in common that traditionally have been controlled with the use of copper fungicides. Among the copper fungicides authorized for the control of olive leaf spot in Spain in 2016, we can find up to 151 products, including all kinds of salts of copper salts. There are other fungicides without copper. As active ingredients, we can find a total of 67 products, and this means that copper products represent an 82% of the authorized products for the control of this disease of olive. Copper products act against the pathogens, inhibiting the germination of conidia, of spores. One of their characteristics which responds to the success of this kind of products are the rainfall resistance. In experiments carried out with this objective, it has been demonstrated that there are differences, significant differences among products related to these characteristics, and these differences are related to the formulation of the products, not to the kind of copper salt. Copper products have an eradicating effect when applied, unless in the case of olive leaf spot, when applied on a sporulating lesion. When applied on this kind of lesion, copper products reduce the germination capacity of the spores of the conidia that are produced in this lesion. In relation to anthracnose, copper fungicides have demonstrated its efficacy. This graph shows the result of an experiment carried out in an olive orchard with a high incidence of anthracnose. We can see that the application of copper hydroxide in autumn or in autumn plus spring, or copper sulfate in autumn plus spring, significantly reduced the incidence of the disease in relation to the control. Nevertheless, if anthracnose is a disease of a quickly progress, if the circumstances, if the conditions are favorable to the epidemic. Thus, if the application of the product is late after a rainfall period, they can lose their efficacy. In this case, this graph shows the results of an experiment carried out in an olive orchard. At the start of the experiment, there were 50.1% of latent infection, and after a rainfall period of 126 liters, there were 46.5% of latent infection. If the application day was here, and we can see that at the end of the experiment there were no significant difference about products and in relation to the control. In relation to leprosy, we have seen, our group have seen in some experiments with plant material that this pathogen is not sensitive to copper. We have seen that strobilurins or forpet or triazole significantly reduce the severity of the disease, but copper oxychloride or copper sulfate did not show any effect against this pathogen. In relation to olive knot, different experiments have demonstrated that most commercial copper products have a preventive effect when applied before infection, but they don't show any curative effect if they are applied after infection. Only CX1, this product is pure copper sulfate. This shows a curative effect, but it's not the usual. Commercial products don't show any curative effect. We have seen also that different isolates of the bacteria have different sensitivity to copper. There are isolates with a high sensitivity and isolates with low sensitivity. And this is related to the number of treatments of copper applied per year in the olive orchard from where these isolates were obtained. In the next future, the European Union is going to reduce or to establish a limit in the amount of copper applied per hectare and year. As alternatives, we can follow strategies of reduction of copper dose, use of other active ingredients, or use of predictive epidemic system. In relation to the reduction of copper dose, this graph shows the result of an experiment carried out in an olive orchard against olive leaf spot. In this case, we applied copper oxychloride with 3 treatments per year in fall, winter, and spring at the recommended dose. This would be the control treatment. We applied another treatment with the same product, but in this case we reduced the dose of copper in fall and spring, 1/3 reduction of the dose. And we achieved a reduction of the amount of copper applied per hectare and year up to 45%. Other treatments were with the same product, copper oxychloride, mixed with a triazole or a strobilurin, and reducing again the dose in fall and spring. In this case, the reduction achieved in the amount of copper was up to 67%. Today, formulation of the products are much better, and we can achieve the same result with less copper than before. In this graph, we can see the results of other experiments carried out in an olive orchard. We can see that the control showed a high incidence of the disease. We applied this treatment with copper oxychloride applied at 4.8 kg of copper per hectare and year, and we can see that we achieved the same result with no significant difference with other products applied at 3.6 or 3.0 kilograms of copper per hectare and year, even with this product, mixing copper and mancozeb, we achieve the same or similar result, applying only 2.6 kg of copper per hectare and year. Other active ingredients that have demonstrated their effect against this pathogen or against this disease and are, for example, bentiavalicard or dodine. In experiments carried out in olive orchard, they have demonstrated a good efficacy against this pathogen. And to finish, we have to mention that in relation, in cooperation with the company of the phytosanitary sector, our group have developed a forecasting epidemic system that is a valuable tool for farmers, because this system allows the farmer to choose the best moments to apply the treatments in its olive orchard. This is the best way to reduce the amount of copper applied per hectare and year, and achieving a good control of the disease. Thank you for your attention.